Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I hope you all are having a good day. Today, we're having Chick-fil-A. We are having Chick-fil-A. If you all have the Chick-fil-A app, um, they have a game right now. And if you get it right, you get a, oh, I think it's a little greasy. Oof, a little greasy. It's a little greasy. They have a game right now where if you play the game and you get it correct, you get a free Chick-fil-A sandwich on their Chick-fil-A app. So that's what I did because I recently deleted my, not deleted, my, what do you call it? My DoorDash membership or whatever, my yearly DoorDash pass expired. I was gonna leave the fries in there so they don't get like cold, but oh well. We will make do. Ooh. So anyway, so I got the free Chick-fil-A sandwich for playing that game, and so what I did, and it's just the regular Chick-fil-A sandwich, but what I did was I just added, which is what I normally get from Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A Deluxe with extra pickles, and I add bacon to it. So because I got just the regular Chick-fil-A sandwich for free, I just paid extra to have them put lettuce, tomato, cheese, and bacon. So this is what we have here. Oh, and that looks absolutely delicious. Delicious. Just gonna break it. We are just gonna break it like that because if I put it on a plate, the bun is gonna end up sticking. So let me just move that with napkins. Let's open some sauces and actually I should have waited. So how are you guys today? I hope y'all are doing well. And I got 4 Chick-fil-A sauces, 2 with the sandwich and 2 with the fries. So this is what we have going on. That looks delicious. We got the fries. You know we need the thumbnails. Look at that. Oh, that looks delicious. Oh, love Chick-fil-A. All right, let's dig in. I wanted to do a video, even though I posted the video yesterday. I wanted to get a video in now because I am watching my niece's 2 little boys under 5 tomorrow into Saturday. So they are going to be keeping me very busy. I love Chick-fil-A. Delicious. So yeah, I'm watching them. They're getting dropped off tomorrow afternoon. Watching them until Saturday evening. Oh, excuse me. So I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to record like a food video while I'm watching the boys. So you all get 2 days in a row. I lost a fry. Piece of the fry. So yeah, I just downloaded the Chick-fil-A app, and I'll use that until I decide to get DoorDash again. I'll wait until DoorDash offers the membership for like, I think last year it was like 50 some dollars for a whole year. So I'll wait until they do that. Once they put it back down to that price or somewhere around there, I'll probably get it again for another year. Oh. What's not to love about Chick-fil-A? Delicious. I mean, even, I keep like spitting on myself. Even that presentation is nice. Like, that pretty much looks like what's on their menu. You know, like the pictures. Absolutely delicious. So yeah, this is what I usually get, is the Chick-fil-A Deluxe with bacon. Extra pickles. You know how, if for those of you that have the app, you can, when you want extra pickles, you hit the plus sign. It allows you to go up to 5. So I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love pickles. I love the pickles. Love, love, love. What do you guys like from Chick-fil-A? If you like Chick-fil-A, what do you usually get? I like their salads. I like the wrap. I like the breaded chicken nuggets. The funny thing is, when I get breaded chicken nuggets, I like their honey mustard sauce. But with the fries, I like the Chick-fil-A sauce. I had their nuggets over the weekend. I had gotten some breaded nuggets. And yeah, they're delicious too. The only thing I don't know why they do this, they have that grilled chicken with where they add the bacon to it. Why don't they give an option to choose either the breaded chicken or the grilled chicken for that menu item? I think they should. Now, what's going to usually happen, because of all the pickles and stuff, it's going to start falling apart. But that's okay because it's still delicious and I still eat it. Look, I mean, look. Yum. Their lettuce always looks beautiful. What I'm going to have to try next, I've never tried their spicy chicken sandwich like this, like with the bacon and stuff. I'm pretty sure I've had the spicy deluxe, but never tried it with bacon, so I'm going to have to try that. Usually what I do, like, almost like once a week I'll have Chick-fil-A, and then a lot of times I'll order from a local pizza shop. Not like a Domino's or Papa John's. It's like like a little mom and pop place, but their pizza is delicious. So I'll either get like a stromboli or their pizza. So that will be coming up soon too. It is another hot day here today. So hot. Just dripping all over my fingers. And then this is raspberry iced tea. I think the last time I filmed a video, well, besides yesterday, I've always been an iced tea drinker, like since I was in my teens. But I don't think I was drinking raspberry back when I was making videos. But I've been on a raspberry iced tea kick for quite a while. And I get either pure leaf raspberry tea or Gold Peak raspberry. What I have in here now is Gold Peak raspberry, but I just did a Walmart order today, or this morning, and they had the Gold Peak, so I got 6 of those. And I had to get some, let me show you. Oh no, I'll show you when I'm done eating. I'll show you when I'm done eating this delicious sandwich. Love it. It's just something about Chick-fil-A's chicken. The spices that they use in the breading. Chicken is always juicy and tender. Never dried out. I remember, again, I think this was when I was, it was when I was a teenager. I think probably high school. In our mall, there was a Chick-fil-A, and it was like the only Chick-fil-A within a very, very large radius. I don't even think there was that many in our entire state at that time. And we would always go there, me and my boyfriend at the time. And then they closed the Chick-fil-A. And then we didn't have any around, like within a driving distance of a Chick-fil-A. And I think Chick-fil-A started coming back in our state, like at least in my area at this time. Maybe 6 years ago? When did I move here? 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 6, 7, maybe 7. Maybe like 7 years ago or so, and now we have a lot of Chick-fil-A's. We have a lot. Even their pickles are good. Delicious. Their bacon is good. It's like crispy. I love bacon. I got 2 packs of bacon in my grocery order today. I'm going to try something. So my dad would always make this recipe with ground sausage, onion, cabbage, potatoes, carrots. And I made it maybe 2 months ago or so. But I just bought, in my grocery order today, I got cabbage. And I'm going to try bacon with it instead of sausage. But I got the potatoes. And my dad doesn't add chicken broth, but last time I made it, I added the chicken broth. And I think it takes it up a notch. So what you do is, well, I'll just tell you what I do with what I did with the sausage. So I just got sausage, well, like the sausage links that have the casing, like the bigger ones, not the breakfast ones. It was sweet Italian sausage. Just took it out of the casings, ground it up in the pan, added the onion, cut up a sweet onion, added that to the pan, took the top couple layers of the cabbage off, washed the cabbage, sliced the cabbage, um, put the cabbage in the crock pot. I would do like a layer. I put cabbage and then a little bit of salt, a little bit, well, not a little bit of pepper. I love crushed, like I get the full ones and then I just grind it. I love freshly ground pepper. And then another layer of, oh, I think I did garlic powder as well. Pretty sure I did garlic powder. And then another layer of the cabbage, another little, like a little bit more salt, pepper, I think a little bit more garlic powder. And I just layered it into the very top. And then when the sausage and onions were done, I just poured it all over the top of the cabbage, like grease and all. It wasn't like a ton of grease, but everything in the pan. Just put it in there, added some chicken broth, cooked it on low overnight, and that is really good. You can make that meal pretty cheap too. So I was like, you know what? I'm not a huge sausage fan. You won't catch me eat it very often. I will occasionally eat it, like if I get a frozen pizza, depending on the brand. I can eat the sauce, but I still pick some off. But with the what is it called? Screamin', excuse me, Screamin' Sicilian pizza. I'll get like the supreme, and I will eat some of the sausage, but sometimes it's like a whole bunch of sausage. So towards the end I'll start picking off the sausage. This week I got a brick oven Red Baron pizza, and I will eat their sausage, but again, I can eat it to a certain extent, and then I'll start picking it off. Usually, now if it doesn't have much sausage, because you know how frozen pizzas are sometimes. Like sometimes there's not a lot of pepperoni or whatever. But so yeah, I'm like I'm gonna try to make this with bacon instead of sausage. It's pork. I might do it a little differently though. I think I'm gonna cook the bacon, drain a lot of the, or not drain it, pour it into a container because I save it. Pour a lot of the bacon grease into a jar, leave some behind, and then start adding the chopped up cabbage, diced up a sweet onion, and then as it softens, I'll just keep adding, not when it gets like mushy soft, but as it softens and I get more room in the pan, just keep adding more of the cabbage. And then once I get all the cabbage in, then I'll probably transfer it to a crock pot and let it cook on low overnight. So we'll see how that turns out. I'll probably record it. I will probably record it. And if it's not good with the bacon, we tried. Bacon makes everything better. What I usually do though, I love BLTs as well. So I usually make a BLT once a week or once every other week, and then I keep like 4 pieces of bacon behind, and I usually eat like 2 pieces while I'm cooking. The ones that you already put out onto the paper towel. But I try to save 4 pieces, and then what I do is the next morning I'll make an omelet with the leftover bacon. Good, good, good. But then that'll be the only, like, even with omelets, I think I told y'all yesterday, I pretty much only eat one meal a day. So, like, I'll cook, now that I'm not currently working, I eat anywhere from between 12 and 2, somewhere around there. So I'll eat the omelet, but that'll be the only thing I have the rest of the day, besides my snacks that I told y'all about yesterday. But I'll use 3 eggs, and then I add cheese. Sometimes I add tomatoes, sometimes I add olives to an omelet. It just depends. Depends on my mood. Oh my goodness, I don't know if y'all have this where you live, but the restaurant is called First Watch. Delicious. Love it. Love First Watch. I'll have to show you. Probably the majority of my DoorDash over the past year was Chick-fil-A, a Chinese restaurant. I have to be in the mood for Chinese, usually a couple times oh my goodness, a couple times during the year or throughout the year, I'll order Chinese. But I would have to say the most ordered restaurants in my DoorDash, if I go back into history, is Chick-fil-A, First Watch. Now, First Watch is not open all day, but I always get the Works omelet. I think that's what it's called. And now their sausage is good. I don't know what kind of sausage they use, but it's delicious. They do, so that in the omelets they'll put, I'm pretty sure they do cheese too. Cheese, sausage, bacon, fried onions. But the onions are good. They're like, I love fried onions. I'm not a fan of raw onions. I'll eat them, if it's on something. Now, sometimes on salads, I'll take them off. But if it's a sub, I prefer them without, but I will eat them. It's not like I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to eat that because it has onions. It depends. If they're like chopped up, that's fine. If it's on a salad, I tend to pick them out. If it's on a sub, it depends. I might pick some off. I might eat some. But my favorite is fried onions. But their onions, I like fried onions if they're completely soft, but I also like if they're in between soft and there's just a little bite to them. And that's how First Watch is. Like, and what else they put? They put egg, bacon, cheese, sausage, tomatoes. Well, they put a little bit of tomatoes on top of the Works omelet, and then some sour cream they put on top. What else did they put in it? Bacon, sausage. They had to put other stuff. It has to be. I still have my DoorDash app, but I don't have the membership anymore. I will tell you. DoorDash, how about you give me another nice offer for the membership? Like a $50 a year. I think I don't know what it is if you don't have the, or without an offer, I should say. Okay, no. Oh, they're only open, I think they close at like 2 o'clock. First Watch does, that is. Okay, the Works omelet has ham, bacon, sausage, house roasted cremini mushrooms, onions, tomatoes with cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese, topped with all natural sour cream, served with whole grain artesian toast with all natural house preserves and lemon dressed organic mixed greens. Now, you can substitute the mixed grains for the seasoned potatoes, and that's what I do. I get the seasoned potatoes, and even the potatoes are good. So yeah, if you have a First Watch around you, I highly recommend their breakfast. I think they have some light lunch sandwiches, I think, but I always order the omelet. So good. Delicious. Delicious. I'm not going to use those two, so I'll put them in the fridge just in case I ever forget. But Chick-fil-A is usually pretty good at that. You don't really get a Chick-fil-A order that's messed up. Honestly, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever had a Chick-fil-A order that was not correct. Delicious. Must have been stormy. And hopefully y'all can't hear this. I just now realized it. But upstairs, in the summertime, the upstairs gets so hot. So I bought like a big fan, like a floor fan. And I have it on high. And I can hear it. Hopefully it's not loud for you all. I forgot to turn it down. I'll be happy from when my tomato plant really starts taking off. I do little cherry tomatoes. And when I went out this morning because I've been watering them really early with it being so hot. I have quite a few bunches. They're green though. For some reason, it took a while for my plants out there to take off. I think it was because at the beginning of the season, like spring, it was unusually cold. I had to cover them quite a few times, so they were off to a slow start because the weather was cool. Like during the day and then evening, there was quite a few times. We're like in May, beginning of June, and I had to, cover them or bring them in, like put them in the garage overnight so they wouldn't freeze. And then we went through a drought period. We weren't getting any rain. So yeah, it has some bunches of tomatoes on there now. They're small because they just recently started, and they're green. But I also did peppers. I have three pepper plants out there. But same thing. I see little buds where they're gonna start growing, but man, we're like at the end of January. Or I mean January. End of June, July. I hope I can at least get some fruit off of it before fall hits and the weather gets cold. Got another like month and a half. But peppers I don't know if I did yellow and orange, or just yellow or just orange peppers, like the bell peppers. Hello, Samara. Hello, Samara. Why? So it would be nice if they start turning red, those tomatoes, and get bigger. I've been fertilizing like every between 7 and 14 days. And then I recently saw, it might have been on YouTube, that you can use, like, say you have bananas that are going bad and you peel them, or take the peel off. I mean, you put the peels in, you cut them up, cut the peels up, put them in water, and let them steep for a few days. So that's what I'm doing right now, because I had 2 bananas that were starting to go brown, like the outer layer. So next week when I fertilize, I'm going to try that, just pouring that banana water over. But you do strain it. So after you let it steep for a little while, a few days, pretty sure you can even go like up to a week of steeping it. And then I'll just put a strainer, strain all the peels out, and then you have what's left, that water that's left, and then it's supposed to be good for your plants. So I'm going to do that. Oh, that's Stormy upstairs. Sebastian's still back there sleeping. Oh, he might not be sleeping. I think he just turned his head. I'm surprised he's not over here, but I did feed them right before this came to try to help with him not being up here. I never give him human food. Well, wait. I never give him food that I'm eating, but I do home make their food. I get like ground chicken thighs, ground chicken thigh meat, hamburger, chop steak, or chopped sirloin, whatever they have. And then ground lamb, but I usually get that at Walmart because for some reason the butcher doesn't have that. They don't have ground lamb. Oh, I forgot to tell. This is what I was going to say in the beginning, I think. So I told y'all that Mama had hyperthyroidism. She was diagnosed last year. Well, Sebastian was diagnosed this year with hyperthyroidism. So he's on medication twice a day. I had taken him in February of this year to get a blood workup because he had a dental scheduled for March. Well, he's 13 years old, so, well, he just turned 13 in May. But because of his age, you know, they want to do blood work just to make sure he's safe to go under anesthesia. And I said, I'll just check it all. They checked it all. The vet called me, I think it was like the next day or 2 days later. He has hyperthyroidism. Now his level is not as high as what Mama's was when Mama was diagnosed. He was like 6 point something. His T4. Now he's on the pills because he's pretty easy to pill. So what I do is I don't use pill pockets because they have rosemary in them, and cats should not have rosemary. So, well, that's what I don't think they should have rosemary. I know other people have said it's not good for them. Now I don't know if it's they're referring to like rosemary extract or whatever it is, or oils or whatever, but I'm not even gonna play it. Nope. But what I do is I get, I think they're called Blue, and they're chew sticks, treats, and then they're pretty soft, so I just break a little piece off in the morning, flatten it with my finger, and they wanted him to have a half a pill in the morning and a half a pill at night. But you should start off low with the hyperthyroid medication. Um, so I've been giving him 1/4 tablet in the morning and 1/4 tablet in the evening. And when he went for his dental, they did another T4 check. And the vet originally said, I think she said it was wrong because the blood clotted. And then when I called, this was, I don't know, maybe a week or two later, I called and just wanted her to send me copies of the blood work that they also did in March, right before his dental procedure. They had to do some extractions, so they did, no, he had one extraction, and then they did X-rays of his mouth just to make sure. And then she told me, I don't know, it's so weird. Like with Mama went to the same vet, but it was a different doctor. He always had a nurse that would call me back with, if I would have questions, the nurse would call me back and answer my questions. But I wasn't too happy. I love the vet, but I was just not happy with Mama, everything that happened with Mama, because I feel like he should have known, like, if her T4 was that high, he should have gotten x-rays back then. Why didn't he check her blood pressure back then? I mean, I didn't know. And then I ended up buying a blood pressure monitor for cats, and I was checking Mama's here, and then I would take pictures and then a little video and send it over, and like no response back. So after Mama passed away, still go to the same vet because I love the practice, but now I'm back with the doctor that I saw way back in the day when I actually trapped Mama and all of her kittens. Well, I didn't trap the kittens. I was able to pick them up, but with Mama. And she's really good. Like she does all the callbacks. She answers all my questions. She doesn't have a nurse that, calls me and answers my questions. So I do like her in regards to that. But yeah, there was a misunderstanding because she originally said the blood clotted so that she doesn't feel like the level was accurate. So I was like, okay. So she was like, we'll just do it like 6 months from now. We'll do another T4, 6 months to a year. So then that like 1 or 2 weeks after, I was like, well, I just want, because they did regular blood work too, again in March. So I wanted to get a copy of it so I have it. So I like looking at it just to see if I see anything that's off. And I called, and then she called me back, and she was like, oh, there was a misunderstanding. The T4 was accurate, and I think it came down to like 3 something. I'd have to go back and look. I think it was 3 something. So giving him a 1/4 tablet twice a day brought it down to like 3 something. It was I'm pretty sure low 3s. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. I don't think it was 4. I think it was 3 something. I think. But anyway, so the regular blood work that they did right before he went under anesthesia ended up being what clotted. So she said the numbers were not accurate. So here I thought it was the T4 because that's what she usually says. So there was a little misunderstanding, but got it all taken care of. But yeah, so he has hyperthyroidism too. But anyway, so when Mama was diagnosed, I was like, I'm switching to just feeding. I'm cooking their own meals because some people say it could be because they only eat wet food besides the occasional treat, like the soft treats that I get, or freeze-dried chicken treat. Some people say about the cans, like the tin cans, could possibly cause hyperthyroidism, or that it's something else in the environment, like the flame retardant carpets, or now my couch is that fake leather stuff. So I don't know if it's on there, but so I was like, well, anyway, I don't. Whatever is causing it, I'm just gonna start cooking their own meals. Like they used to eat wellness wet food, but yeah, when Mom was diagnosed, I'm like, I'm just cooking their own meal. So I cook their own meat, and then I freeze it, and then just bring it out of the freezer and put it in the fridge as I need it. Um, and then I add, you have to add a completer to it because cats, they have to have taurine. You have to make sure it's balanced. So um, I get this powder called Easy Complete. It's E with a Z complete, and it's a completer. So you add that to your meat. You shouldn't add it when it's hot or warm because it has like, pretty sure it has like some probiotics, it has taurine, all the stuff that cats need. It has green lip mussels. Um, but when I cook their meal or cook their meat for the week, or if I do a really big one and it's for 2 weeks, then I put it in the fridge overnight. And then the next day I'll add the powdered completer with water, stir it, and then I let it soak in that for a little bit. Like sometimes I'll even let it soak overnight just so all the Easy Complete gets all through the meat. Um, Sometimes I was adding broccoli just to get some greens so he doesn't get constipated. But then I saw something recently about broccoli I was adding frozen broccoli and then just chopping it up, in the meat mixture. But I saw something about broccoli possibly affecting the thyroid. So I'm like, okay. So now I switched to green beans, frozen green beans. I'll add a pack of frozen green beans. And then I will add a can of pure pumpkin as well, just so he doesn't get constipated. Oh, you hear Stormy? I don't know where Samara went. She might try to chase her. So yeah. What you doing, Stormy? Storm. Where's Samara at? Stormy girl. Storm. Sometimes she comes down. I don't know if you can hear her meow, but sometimes if she's meowing, you say, Stormy girl. Come here, Storm. They're all starting now. Almost done. See, this fills me up. And then later on this evening, I'll have my snack. Delicious. Thank you all for hanging out with me while I ate this delicious Chick-fil-A. My craving has now been satisfied. It was delicious as always. Thank you, Chick-fil-A. You know I love you. Oh, real quick, when I did my Walmart delivery, I got, since the little boys are coming tomorrow, I got these. I got these to put into the empty outlets and cabinet Luckily, I mean, there's only, oh, I'm gonna put one on the sink. They won't be able to get the cabinets up above, but the only other cabinet is, there's a Lazy Susan, which I'm not sure. I'll have to just keep an eye on to see if they mess with that. But in the other cupboard, there's not a lot of cupboards in here, but the other one is just pots and pans. And then I'll probably put the other one up in my bathroom. Now I have two. I have a double sink, so I might put one on one side, and then I could probably maybe somehow tie the other one shut just to make sure they don't get into that. But oh, he just jumped up on the counter. You're gonna break a leg one of these days. I feel like I can barely get up there anymore. Right? Come here, baby. You big boy. Come here, you big boy. My boy. But anyway, say hi. Say hi, Scratch. You didn't say hi. You big boy. You my baby boy. But anyway, I am gonna go for now. I might, since I'm watching the boys, I won't be able to do any food videos like Friday and Saturday. But I might record a video of what my daughter got me for Mother's Day. It's awesome. And then a couple other things one other thing that I got after Mama passed away. I think it's pretty cool. So maybe I'll do something like that, or I'll do a short video maybe of my plants outside, and I can show you how they're, like, normally I would think by now they should all be red. Like, you should be picking tomatoes off, but it was a slow start for me. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to try to get this video up today. So yeah, have a great day, everyone, and I'll post another video as soon as I can. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.